All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a story that has absolutely rocked the tech world. We're talking about Oracle's massive layoffs, a move that really shows this fascinating and honestly pretty brutal paradox right at the heart of our new AI-driven economy.
Okay, so let's get right into it. It all kicked off with this, an email. For thousands of Oracle employees all over the world, it landed in their inbox as early as 6 a.m. Imagine that. There was no heads up, no sit down with a manager, just this cold digital message saying their job was over, effective immediately.
And the scale here is just staggering. We're talking about roughly 30,000 people globally. To give you some perspective, that's about 18% of Oracle's entire workforce, and it had a huge impact in places like India, where something like 12,000 jobs were cut. This wasn't just a little trim around the edges. This was a fundamental reshaping of the company.
But, behind that giant number are real people with real families and careers. So let's take a minute to look at the personal side of the story.
So, this is Hershey Kesha. He was a group manager in software development after 16 years of building his career at Oracle. His journey just ended with that same 6 a.m. email. And his story, which he was brave enough to share on LinkedIn, really gives us a powerful window into the emotional impact of these kinds of decisions.
And here's what's so fascinating, the psychological whiplash he described. He talked about how strange it was to wake up without that familiar routine, how his brain would just automatically start making to-do lists for projects that weren't even his anymore. It just goes to show you how deeply our work gets woven into our identity, into our daily lives.
The response to his post was, immediate and pretty overwhelming. You had colleagues, peers, people from all over the industry just flooding his comments with support, with recommendations, with encouragement. It's a real testament to the community that can exist inside these huge corporations, a network of people who just rally around each other when things get tough.
And all of this brings us to the central puzzle, the big mystery of this whole situation. Why would a company that seems to be doing so incredibly well on paper make such drastic cuts? This is the paradox of profit. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look at these two columns. On the left, you've got the human cost we've been talking about. But on the right, you have a company that is absolutely crushing it. A 95% jump in net income, hitting over $6 billion in the last quarter alone. We're talking record profits and mass layoffs happening in the very same month. It just doesn't seem to add up.
So that's the big question we have to answer, right? If Oracle isn't in some kind of financial trouble, then what on earth is the real reason for letting 30,000 people go?
Well, the answer? It all comes down to a massive company-altering bet on the future of technology. And that future is artificial intelligence.
$50 billion. That's the number that's driving this entire strategy. Oracle is pouring a colossal $50 billion into building out its AI data centers. See, they're in this high-stakes race against giants like Amazon and Microsoft, and in the world of AI infrastructure, speed and scale, they're everything. So this isn't just an investment. It's an all-in bet on their survival and dominance in the next era of tech. But of course, a bet that big creates enormous financial pressure. To fund this whole thing, analysts figure Oracle needs to free up somewhere between $8 to $10 billion in cash flow. They've already taken on $58 billion in new debt in just 2 months, and their stock has taken a major hit. The bill for their AI dream is coming due, and it is coming due fast. So here it is, the ruthless 3-step logic. This isn't about failure. It's a cold, hard financial trade-off. Step 1, go all in to dominate the AI market. Step 2, to do that, you need to free up billions in cash, like yesterday. Step 3, the fastest, most direct way to do that is a massive workforce restructure. It's a stark reallocation of capital, literally moving money from people's paychecks to data centers.
So, what does this mean for the rest of us? The thing is, this Oracle story isn't happening in a vacuum. It might just be the blueprint for a whole new corporate playbook in the age of AI. Just look at this number. Over 103,000 tech workers were laid off in just the first quarter of this year. Oracle is the biggest example for sure, but they are part of a much, much wider trend. And what's really telling is that about half of the companies making these cuts are explicitly saying AI is a reason why.
This quote from an industry analyst, Abhinav Chaudhary, just captures this new reality perfectly. He basically argues that the whole narrative has shifted. We used to think AI was this external thing that would make companies obsolete. But no, AI is a tool that companies are now using to make parts of their own workforce obsolete. It's an internal replacement, and it's happening quietly, efficiently, and right now.
Which leaves us with this final, really critical question. We see these record-breaking profits on one side and this huge human cost on the other, and it's all being driven by this frantic race for AI dominance. So, is this the new price of innovation? Are we walking into a new era where shareholder value and technological progress are literally being financed by cutting the workforce? That's the really unsettling thought that the Oracle paradox has left for all of us to think about.